Welcome everyone, it's Vapors Dragomar. It's time for some more Raid Shadow Legends. Last time we climbed to the top of Doom Tower, and I still will be doing more stuff involving Doom Tower in this episode, but I'm gonna keep going. I think. One of the few I think I do. To film. Do some more arena shenanigans. There we go. Doom. Please, Doom. I don't need My retro games. My retro games. Oh, cool. Yep, blew him up. Got that defense buff. Let's see what we got for it. Oh, hell yeah. Give me those gems. Let's keep climbing. Let's keep climbing. I do. Let's keep climbing. Sells the sensor bar. the games. Criminally expensive. Criminally expensive. Please. Except the sensor bar thing. Going, keep wiping out these mobs. Oh boy. I keep thinking that guy is 2 mobs when he's only 1. Let's keep going. I guess I could do 2 for the price of 1. I can do it 2 different ways. I want to see if I can do it on auto. The auto setup obviously requires very specific setup. Get rid of that. Next, that'll do. Let's see, floor 18, get our energy fuel. Force champs only, huh? Let's try this mix. My real issue here is I don't really have any revivers per se, so that's gonna be a bit of an issue. Black Knight's good for this, especially if you lack champs to do the job. Deal with these Sachis. One day I swear the game will give me a Zargala. One day. Perfect. 89 fragments. We might be able to get it on this rotation after all. Freaking Mashald. Oh no, not Mashald. Don't need him. Floor 19. Floor 20 Magma Dragon, my old friend. We missed ya. But yeah, I want those gems. There's a reason I want those gems. It's because I lost so many gems during the clan war. Generally, you want Vogoth for this fight just to screw the boss over, you know? Generally speaking, that's what you want. because his ability to provoke is legendary, so the Magma Dragon really can't cope with it. Main thing here is not just not to use the burn, because burn literally does worse than nothing to this boss, though maintaining decreased attack and provoke as well as max HP damage is highly recommended. Heal reduction is also recommended unless in case you somehow manage to land a burn on him, because that generally doesn't end well. Keeping him provoked is extremely useful. Well, the question is, did I do the quest today? Okay, I did. Can do more arena. Yes. Oh, hell yes. Give me the money. Give me those points. Those juicy points, man. Like, the reason I do this, and I know it sounds bad, is because I want these points. It's why I attack these defenses. I need so much points to do my Great Hall. You know? That's ultimately why. Let's go to the other account. Fix it. Check its quests. But yeah, you want to do a lot of arena to pile up those arena medals to the ceiling. You want to hog those. Okay, did we complete the thing? Okay, we completed that. The weekly ones, you need the other one. Okay. Good. Let's keep going. We're gonna want a thing called damage, so we're gonna do that. Oh, this is the auto version. See if we can make it more efficient this way. If not, we can just pass through it. We can do it either way, but I don't have much time, as you might assume, due to video constraints and other issues. Not the least of which is I have to constantly upgrade my characters in Elder Scrolls. That's just the reality of the matter. I'm so glad I don't have 3 accounts to do this on anymore, because that would be a mess at this point. Especially with all the multi-account shenanigans going on in Elder Scrolls right now. I'm almost glad it's pared down to 2. That doesn't mean that these 2 accounts aren't crazy. I mean, I don't even feel motivated to make another one in case it runs into a disaster, and at any rate, it takes forever to make an account, so. Like, I don't want to have to go through all that again. Trust me. Like, yes, I could if I absolutely had to, but I don't want to do it if I don't have to. I'm already doing enough of a make work program in Elder Scrolls, believe me. Like, I have to develop the Nightblade, and then I have to develop the Sorcerer in case they buff that, and in case... And then I have to find gear for them all, and yada yada yada. Like, it's a long... It's a long-winded process. Now, hopefully we can get past these Mashalds after this set. Get them out of here. You want that guy out of there straight away. You don't want him spamming invincibility. Because there's a lot of problems with him spamming that. Now, I could make a Visix friendly, like a Visix Magma Dragon team, but right now for that other account I'm using Black Knight. I hope everyone's understanding. You don't need Black Knight. Giscard will work. Anyone with an AoE provoke or a highly reliable single target provoke. Sentinel will work. Anyone with a high reliability provoke. Because you need that provoke to have 100% chance to land. Gotta keep going. Because we're almost out of time before I have to do, you know, Elder Scrolls stuff, and I have to sort out my videos, etc. Because that's the nature of things with that. You want to try to wipe the Visix out of existence. You do not want the Visix to get involved, as those provokes are going to be devastating. Because it stops you from using all your abilities, and your attack is weakened when you're provoked. And they only attack the one target that they were provoked towards, which is not usually the target you always want attacked. Got rid of that Drexthar. Do that. But yeah, this was the account I made when I feared that I ruined the other one with Elhain. Oh boy. Not only did this account get Elhain, not that I wanted it, even though this account had Kale, the account with Elhain eventually got Kale anyway. And I got him to 60 and all the jazz. And then eventually, Kale stopped even being very useful, and right now his only real role right now is campaign farming. That's pretty much it, and rares only content. Like, he's almost not used anymore. That's the maniacal part about the whole thing. After all that time, I barely use him anymore. Because he literally... When you get into the mid-late game, into the end game, the later the game goes, yeah, you could use him, but the later it goes, the less likely. Like, the likelihood goes down like, meow, boom. Like, the likelihood just goes down so far. You'd be like, whoa. I'll be like, yeah. The likelihood is much less than you think. Perfect. Get that nuke. Perfect. Get rid of him. Get a provoke on you with the Versolf the Grim. And yes, I am aware that everyone in here is legendaries. They don't need to. I just happen to get a lot of force legendaries on here. The only non-legendary is one of the most beautiful, though, with the War Maiden. Followed by Cecilia. Cecilia is very beautiful. She's got a ladylike figure, if you will. She does. But she also has a lot of flames. She's hot in more than one sense. You don't actually want to hug her. You could probably hug War Maiden and do whatever you like with that, but you're not hugging Cecilia unless you're a demon yourself, because you'll get burned. You will get burned really hard, because she is literally fire. Fire is within her. I'm amazed she doesn't have Drexthar's passive. If you don't know what Drexthar's passive is, you touch him, you get burned. That's Drexthar passive. Literally, you touch him and you get burned. It's a pretty epic passive. The downside is that to even get that far, you have to play the game a long time. And also, his passive works against him in very specific areas. And you're like, what areas are that? Well, Magma Dragon, Magma Dragon is the biggest one I can think of off the top of my head. But there might be some other areas, like his passive, at least in Magma Dragon, directly backfires. But in a lot of other areas it does not. Gotta keep climbing. We do not have much time. At all. Like, at all. Because I had to go to Walmart to get some stuff. Some food and some other supplies and then I realized that one thing that's a big advantage about being a PC gamer is the cost of games, because console games are expensive, and their consoles that they require are even more expensive. So learning how to do PC games saves you from so much expense. It's genuinely hard to explain how expensive console gaming is until you really think about how much cost that adds up to. Like, having to buy each individual game. There's pretty much no free games on the console that are worth your time, and it's just, it's a bit iffy, financially speaking. But it has some other problems. But that, I find, is the one that really kicks me in the butt, is the financial aspect of console gaming. I did miss one video on the Nightblade thing, but it was just about a Battlegrounds, where I ran out of space from being very vociferous about recording, but it wasn't anything major. I didn't even get the I didn't even get my... like, move I wanted, which is, the one move I want all my Cyrodiil people to have, the, maneuver, the rapid maneuver, or something that turns into, like, charging maneuver. You want that on all your characters, literally. Because you want at least one bar to have the ability to move quick. The ability to move quick is a very underrated superpower. Yeah, no. There's a reason I did that on purpose. Do that. Let's just keep the momentum going, because I do not have time to wait. Oh yeah. We're gonna try to keep the momentum going. I can't guarantee it with the you know, because Mashald lives, which is why you want to focus the living hell out of a Mashald, because the first thing Mashald's gonna do is be an absolute menace. You do not want Mashald to live. You do not want him to live, because if he lives, you're donezo. Almost. I could have been donezo. If that Mashald had better stats, that could have been the end. That right there could have been the end. Thankfully it wasn't, but that could have been the end. That could have been the end of this run. I would have to start over from the beginning of the stage, potentially. Because Mashald has this, like, cycle with True Fear, and you're really gambling at that point whether your moves come off or not. And if they don't come off, your moves are set on cooldown permanently until they rotate their full cooldown around, and that can be very painful. On top of that, he smacks like an absolute cannon if he has the right gear, so yeah. I still to this day don't have a Mashald. I have a bunch of other things, but here's an alternate yeah, we're gonna want to save. We're gonna want to save our abilities for the boss. This one we're using Husk because this account to this day does not have a Cold Heart. You want either Husk, Cold Heart, or another enemy max HP champ with the Provoke, because you need someone to keep. You need something to damage him for high health, and burns won't work. So, and he's resistant to poison. And his poison damage doesn't do a lot, and he also has some very high damage. So it's very hard to keep most poison champs alive, because the goal of most poison champs is different than you might think. Now, there's several ways to do this. Getting him provoked is pretty nice. Okay, we can get some poison on him. Keeping this decreased attack up is essential for beating Magma Dragon in general. If I had the provoke up, I'd use it. These provokes missing is very bad. Okay, good. Because the longer he isn't provoked, the more damage he ramps up, and the more he puts hexes and other undesirable effects on your team. And that, in the end of the day, really hurts. Like, genuinely. Perfect! Just in time. Just in time. In the next episode, we're going to be continuing Doom Tower Climb, among other things. I will see you all then.